Yeah.
I need more enthusiasm than that.
Yeah.
No, are you ready?
Did you
Oh
listen
my
to the
God.
same albums I did, and you want me to have more enthusiasm?
Wayne, start that goddamn show.
It's time for Rat Salad Review!
Fine. Welcome to Rat Salad Review, you sons of bitches.
Yes,
What?
and we bring you the dark ride, the asylum of Helloween's
No, that's
career.
That's not first. We're not doing that one first. Quick before we do get into the actual show, I just want to say thank you to the people. There's been a lot of people commenting on the Helloween stuff, obviously. Let's see, who am I going to thank here? Natasha Wyckoff. I know you're not related to Michael Wyckoff, but still cool. She said, gentlemen, gentlemen, it is a pleasure going on this journey with you all. Thanks for your time. Having a lovely evening. And,
Gentlemen, where?
Yeah, and I don't know where she thinks there's gentlemen here, but
very nice of her, though. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And Jules Guitar, if your friends leave because you can't stop talking about Halloween, let me know. My friends are already gone because of it. So if you guys leave, I guess he'll join. And there's been a lot of people. Marcus Dorson been writing a lot, and Conbot, he always writes on the Timo Tolkki stuff. And
is everyone aboard the Halloween train right now? What the heck is going on over here?
Yeah, no, I was reading some. There were so many of them, I had to stop. But
and I probably ain't gonna pronounce your name right, but Celio, you know who you are. He wanted to come on the show and talk about some Helloween because it's one of his favorite bands. And unfortunately, he does not have good connection with the internet right now, so he's not coming on. Maybe he's on that train to Georgia.
Maybe.
Could be.
Midnight train to New York. Oh, wait, we got one more review from Eric Adams of Beyond Bushido. Oh.
What? I was going to say it's probably Jim Gillette. Oh, really? No Nitro jokes?
No.
I was going to say we got one more. We got one more review from Eric Adams of Beyond Bushido. Get that fat bastard Lou off the show and have him do his special on Frankie Goes to Hollywood. No. Anyways, let's move on.
God goddamn Eric Adams.
Could
and his
you really
cohort.
Make a whole special out of Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I mean, talk about a one-trick pony.
I actually completely made that up, and I know that's something Eric Adams would say. Sorry, I almost blew up kayfabe there. I almost blew up kayfabe there.
No way, Jose, will I let that fly here. Oh God. Anyway, thank you for watching the show, and I appreciate all the comments, and I'm glad you people are enjoying it. Yes, even though I don't have all the information, and actually there's a couple things that some people did say that I got wrong. Michael Kiske did leave Helloween. No, they fired him. He wanted to leave, and he got them to kind of make him.
Oh, so he actually was fired then.
He was actually fired. Yeah, and Ingo did, like you said, Lou. He did get hit by a train. So.
Yep.
So that's some things I want to correct.
Ironic. So we just heard a train in the background.
I know, right? Yeah, there you go.
Rest in peace, Ingo. You were amazing, and we miss you, and we love you.
That's right.
Jim Gillette did it. Mystery solved. Someone call Robert Stack.
What's what the Jim Gillette reference is?
Nitro. I'm on a freight train coming. They're like only hit probably.
No idea.
Wow.
Michelangelo played guitar.
Yes, Michelangelo Badio. Yeah.
Oh,
I was never a fan.
No, they kind of sucked. Gillette's voice is really irritating, honestly. But to make a quick segue and tie it back into wrestling, the whole reason I like that song and even really knew who they were is because it was in Suburban Commandos starring Christopher Lloyd and Hulk Hogan.
Oh my God, that's right. Well, did you know The Undertaker was in that film too? He played one of the alien high-pitched voice.
Yep.
I haven't seen it, but I saw pieces of it.
It was worth it just to. It was worth it just to watch. Just to watch Christopher Lloyd go, "I was frozen today." That's it. The only reason that film was worth it.
One day I'll get to it. But today we're going to get to, and I know a lot of people don't consider this a studio album, but we're going through the albums that aren't live. We're not going to do the live albums. We're going to do the official, recorded albums. And today we're going to do Metal Jukebox. It's a covers album. And they smushed this in between a pretty good album and a decent album. And I don't know. When I first heard this, I was okay with it. A lot of songs on here I did not expect them to do. I didn't even know who he's a woman, she's a man. I'm not into the Scorpions, so I didn't know that was a Scorpion song.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I had no idea. And I don't like that song. I don't care who sings it. I don't like it. I hate that song.
Whatever.
Locomotive Breath I've known because of Jethro Tull. My mother used to listen to Jethro Tull, and that song's always on the radio. So, but I thought they did a pretty cool rendition of that song.
Yeah, it's not bad. Honestly, I like their versions of them. Just really nothing all that special in here to me. They do a good job with what they do, but none of them are like amazing, mind-blowing covers for me.
Right.
I think it's cool, but it's more of a novelty than an album to me, really. Not that I'm not trying to like talk shit on the idea, but
right. No, I actually feel the
it's not like when Voivod did in League with Satan. Like that was fucking cool.
Right. Yeah. No, I feel the exact same way because I did not want to hear a covers album. Usually they're not good. But how did you guys like the Scorpion song? Since you guys like the Scorpions,
Greg, you first.
Well, I like the Scorpion version. They did an okay job with it, but I prefer the original.
What about you, Lou?
I as well prefer the original because I'm a newly John Roth fanboy, but I appreciated the fact that Helloween did it because that's a song the Scorps just do not touch anymore, and I resent the fact that they don't play that song live. Matthias has stated many times that he really doesn't want to play too much from the Uli era because it's not his era, and he's been in the band since 78, 79. So I'm grateful to Helloween for bringing it back for 99. I mean, they don't play it either, but it was nice to hear them, do their rendition of it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
I think Uli's done it live solo a couple of times, though.
Oh, yeah. He does, like, his Scorpions Revisited shows, so he'll play it.
Yeah. Did they keep it fairly close to the original song? I like I said, I don't really know it.
Yeah, Helloween did.
Yeah, it's really not all that different, and that's kind of why I say it's just okay. They didn't really
add their own
Halloweenize it or anything. They play it pretty straight, really.
Yeah.
It's still cool they went with it, though, like Lou was saying. It's one of my favorite songs from that era, and you just don't hear it that much.
Right, yeah. And then they did ABBA, Lay All Your Love on Me. Again, the first time I've ever heard that song. I don't like ABBA. It just doesn't flow with me at all.
I don't like ABBA, and I don't like this cover. Next.
I like this cover, because another band, Avantasia, actually did this cover of this song, and Helloween's is way better. But
again, I emphasize you'll never meet a European metalhead that does not love ABBA.
Exactly. Yeah. And even Snowy Shore's got ABBA on his knuckles, because he's such a huge fan of ABBA.
Hey, plenty of people are. I can't stand them.
I can't either.
I said European. Are you European?
No, he's a peon.
more than Europeans. Like I see Ralph loves them. I see people talk about them all the time. I just don't get it.
Yeah, Ralph does like them. What do you think about the ABBA song, Lou?
Oh, I love Dancing Queen. I hear that song and I just want to get up and dance, have the time of my life. But I enjoyed it.
Well, I was listening to your podcast the other day, and you do what?
Add a little levity to this. Come on.
Here would be my options for listening to ABBA. We could either listen to ABBA or we can play a game called Swallow the Stuff Under the Sink. Guess what I'm drinking tonight?
Touche, my friend. Touche. But I did like the Locomotive Breath cover
Swallowing
too. That was
would
pretty good.
probably be less painful. Oh yeah, the Locomotive
Sorry, I
Breath
forgot
cover
this.
is cool. Actually, I love Jethro Tull.
Yeah, actually, I went to a yard sale and I bought a few Jethro Tull records just to buy them because I know he's got some good songs. You know, I really never listened to it, so I'll find it eventually whenever I get to them. But yeah, I listened to your podcast the other day, Lou, and you
sorry.
want to go ball dancing, so I don't not doubt you about liking ABBA.
I want to take my wife dancing. There's a difference.
Yeah, okay.
Well, like Soul Train dancing or Lawrence Welk dancing, because I got to draw the line somewhere here.
Given the option, I'd totally ride the Soul Train. I would do the Soul Train.
The Soul Train.
Cornelius.
Space Oddity, David Bowie, obviously. And actually, after I heard this song, is when I actually finally got into Dave Bowie. I said, if Helloween likes David Bowie, I'm going to start listening to David Bowie. And then I started my David Bowie hunt for all his albums and stuff. I thought they did a very good version of this song.
I agree.
I kept it pretty close to, like they did with every song on here. They were all pretty close to the originals, and they fit very well with this song.
Yeah, they played it straight, but they did a good job with it. I was actually kind of surprised of how well it came off, honestly, because when you see it on the track listing, it doesn't sound like it'll work.
Right? Yeah, no, not at all. But
and the only major difference I would say between the Helloween versions and the original versions is that the double bass on there's more double bass on the Helloween versions, obviously, than there are on the originals, and more 16th notes played by the bass and guitars. So, but other than that, yeah, I mean, they pretty much keep faithful to their original versions. But yeah, Space Oddity was a nice. That was impressive moment for me.
Yeah, that was a good one. One that I was really surprised to see is Faith No More, From Out of Nowhere. I'm like, how the hell does that even fit in with these songs? Like you thought Space Oddity was weird. I thought From Out of Nowhere was weird.
Yeah, they do make some interesting leaps on this.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously they're not a new band, but that's just something totally out of like nowhere. And it was cool to hear them do it. But I'm a huge Faith No More fan, and his vocals just did not match up with the songs at some point.
Yeah.
And the keyboards just had that weird sound to it, and I didn't like how they did this song. I mean, it's okay, I can get through it, and it's all right, but it's not my favorite on here. What about you, Lou?
I enjoyed it. I actually, for me, it was just pretty much a paste by numbers rendition of the original version, but I like the way they did it. I thought it was great. Now I can't say that I have a favorite on this album because I love all these songs in their original form, and I just thought that they did a very good version of it. So,
yeah. What about you, Greg?
Faith No More is one of those bands I like a lot, but when someone covers them, I kind of feel like they have to do it a different way, because Faith No More has a very specific groove that isn't really easy to match up with, and Helloween definitely doesn't do it.
Right? No, not at all.
Yeah. It's not a bad song. I just don't like the cover of it, really.
Yeah.
It's a decent attempt, but I don't think it works.
Yeah, not for them. It's just weird.
I've heard a lot of bands cover Faith No More, and none of them do an original version of their song. Like, I've heard Disturbed is covered, Midlife Crisis. The Birthday Massacre is also covered From Out of Nowhere. And I think some band from Alaska, 36 Crazy Fists, I think they were called. They covered Digging the Grave. If you listen to all three songs, all three covers, it's pretty much identical to the original. I mean, I don't think
Well, I'm not going to seek it out because I don't want to hear people cover Faith No More, really. I want to hear Faith No More.
I mean,
like, I wouldn't listen to people cover Zappa either. It's one of those artists.
You wouldn't even go see Zappa versus Zappa? You wouldn't see Dweezil try to...
First of all, I've seen Zappa play Zappa, and that is entirely different. That is not someone covering his songs. Granted, Weasel's his son and wasn't the original guitar player, so it's his interpretation of it, basically. But it's all, for the most part, original band members of Frank. So
Oh, okay.
it's more
I'd
of
love
a
to see that in
tribute
concert one
show
day.
than a cover band. It is amazing. I highly recommend it. I hope it comes back around for another round.
Cool.
When I went, Napoleon Murphy, Brock, and a couple of the other mothers were there. It's pretty awesome.
Cool. All My Loving Beetles cover. Pretty cool to hear the double bass on this. It's an interesting take on this one. They did change it up a lot on here. So
Yeah.
pretty cool to hear it in a speed metal type version. So I like this one a little bit. It's pretty cool. Do you too? I can imagine the way you're laughing. I would imagine you like it.
It was so out of left field. I could just picture John going, "Hey lads, what are they doing?" I mean, it's it was crazy. You already made a short song shorter,
Right?
but it was good. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah. What about you, Greg?
It's interesting. I like it because of how different it is, but I'm not really sure how I feel about it overall. I have to listen to it a few more times. It's totally out of left field. It's like getting smacked on the fucking ass like a baby in the hospital, honestly. And not even just a song choice, but the way they do it, it's just odd.
Right.
But I liked it. I liked it. It was just weird.
Hocus Pocus. I forget who it is that by.
Focus.
Focus. I tried. Hocus Pocus Focus. I don't like this song. I hate it. I hate the original version. I hate what was that? What was the other guy that did it? That was always on MTV. How? Was what? You got your phone, your thing muted.
Gary Hoey.
Gary Hoey. Yes, thank you. I couldn't stand it, and I couldn't stand this version either. Don't like this song.
I prefer the Gary Hoey version, but I like this one too, just to hear their solos. I mean, the yodeling, obviously, it's like, all right, novelty track, but, it was cool to hear Roland and Michael do their solos when it came up.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, Popeye somehow makes his little cameo in the middle of the song. What's up with that?
I know, just a lot of weird shit going on. What about you, Greg?
Yeah, I don't like this one too much. I really like Focus, and I love the original song, but this was a little too out there and disjointed. Yeah. The solos are the best part of it. It's worth hearing for that, but this should have been relegated to a B-side.
Yeah, it should have been.
Yeah.
Actually, what was the B? Oh, Rat Bat Blue was the B-side on here.
Which I didn't hear that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's on.
That's a deep choice for a purple cut.
What am I up to? Oh, Faith Healer. Who did that? Frank Marino?
The sensational Alex Harvey band.
Yep.
No, did not like this one either. Doesn't do anything. Just keeps doing the same thing over and over again. Fucking annoying.
Love the original song. I don't like this cover. It's boring. Yeah.
Does it do the same thing? I mean, I never really listened to the original.
I would recommend you listen to it at least once.
You definitely should. See, this is another one of them songs where the original band has a certain feel, and while the tracks in question may not have been the most musically impressive in the world, they had a flair of playing it that makes it awesome that you can't inject into a cover.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sensational Alex Harvey band are great.
And, I'm biased towards their rhythm section because they were the rhythm section that is most famous for being in the Mike Schenker group, Ted McKenna and Chris Glenn. So, great rhythm section in that band. And,
great players. I just meant that song isn't the most complicated one they did.
It's out there, and only they could have really pulled it off because they knew what they were doing. What drugs they were on, no idea. But valiant effort. But I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Juggernaut. This one's a little bit better. I like this one. It's again, I never heard the original. Who's this one by? I forget.
Frank Marino.
Oh, this is the Frank Marino one. Okay. Yeah, I never heard the original one. Actually, Ralph said he's a huge Frank Marino fan.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he played Ain't Dead Yet on his Vieira Vault podcast once, and that hooked me on to becoming a Frank Marino fan. So, went back and dug some of his other stuff. He covered what's one song he covered All Along the Watchtower, which was great. The original version of Juggernaut is great. And this is actually my favorite cover on the album that they did.
Okay.
So
this one's a very catchy song. It actually sounds like a Helloween song in a way. I think the way they did it, it does anyway.
yeah,
If it's there.
Frank Marino was an interesting player because he was from Montreal. I think he's from Montreal, and he grew up in the hippie era, so he was really influenced by like the jam bands and stuff like that. But then you listen to him play, and it sounds like proto metal.
Mhm.
Like if you could put him against like what other hard rock bands were doing, except he had more of like a acid R&B type thing, and he was just crazy. People called him the White Jimi Hendrix at one point. I don't know why. Why is everyone smiling?
Because I burped. But really? Frank Marino? I always thought that was more Robin Trower, who I love. Well, actually, Ross probably the closest out of everyone I've ever heard. But...
I'm not knocking Robin. It's just I really dug what Frank was doing back then. So.
Oh no, I'm just asking. I'm curious. From the stuff of his I've heard in the 80s, I don't really like Frank Marino.
He didn't have much output in the 80s, actually. I think Juggernaut may have been his second to last album that he released in the 80s.
Okay.
He had more output in the 70s. Definitely a lot more output. He was touring a lot back then. Moving on.
I've never heard the original either, but Helloween does it good. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Another song that I cannot stand, even on the original version, White Room from Cream. Cream. Ugh, Queen. I don't like the original, and I don't like this one. Doesn't do that for me. I'm sick of hearing this song. A lot of people covered this song, by the way.
Yeah, I don't like it. This is another one on here I don't really care for. Just not a song I generally like when people cover it.
Yeah. What about you, Lou?
I could take or leave Cream, so
Yeah,
hold the
same
cream.
here. I'm not really a Clapton fan to begin
Hold-
with.
Hold the cream.
Hold the cream. Yeah, I don't particularly care for Clapton. I mean, I'm not knocking him, and I'm not knocking his contributions to rock guitar, but
No, I'm not
give
either.
me Jeff
I'm not
Beck
going
any
to
day.
fucking listen to it either.
Me neither. Give me Jeff Beck any day.
And the final song, Mexican by Babe Ruth. Again, never heard the original one. It's okay. I'm not going to go back and listen to it too much, but it's not a bad song. It's all right. It's a good ender for the album.
It's all right. I mean, it's there.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's just how this whole album is. It's just there. I rarely ever go back to this. There's really no reason to.
I really regret that this was my first ever Helloween album.
Yeah, that's insane. Actually, I'm surprised you even wanted to even continue to listen to Helloween after hearing this thing. But I guess you could tell that they're good musicians, though. I guess so.
That's really what it was.
So that's that. Anybody, any more you want to talk about this album? Anything else?
No.
Good. I don't either, because we're done
No.
with Metal Jukebox. And if you have any comments, how do you like the covers that they did on this album? Do you like them more than we like them? Let us know in the comments. All right. And again, I really appreciate all the comments and everything that you've been doing so far. So keep it up. And thank you very much for watching. And we will be back tomorrow with The Dark Ride. But before we leave, Lou, where can we find you in your other podcast?
Well, you can always find me at Ratside Review, but you can also find me at my own little domain called musicisLifepodcast.com.
That's right. It's a nice little podcast you got there, too.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
It is.
And,
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Sometimes
But
I'm a
you know
little
what?
behind on the ball and I'm uploading your shows because you never tell me when they're coming on.
I never know when I'm finishing that. That's it's
Yeah, let me know when you.
because there's a lot of editing that goes into this because I mean Wayne is the only one that has enough balls to just put it up as we do them. Me, I'm just like, nah, I'm all meticulous and shit, and
Yeah,
I need that.
and you could tell by, and I'm sorry, because some of the earlier Halloween episodes that we did, our names are a little switched around.
Right, I'm Greg. The guy in the black shirt is Wayne, and that's Lou with the Zelda shirt.
Yeah, but that.
Where's
that's just,
George?
Yeah, well, I purposely do that to him all the time. But yeah, it's just that's what happens when it's late at night and you just want to get the thing done, and you don't think about it.
We have jobs and lives, people. Give us a break.
And then on the newer episodes, I didn't even put anything because I was using a new program. I totally forgot. So bear with me. But you can find all the shows at ratsaladreview.com or YouTube or iTunes or Anchor.
Well, you can definitely
Spotify.
find all of our YouTube or all of our Halloween shows on YouTube because
Yes.
it's a YouTube exclusive.
They're not available elsewhere.
That
Yes.
is true. But at some point, I might combine them together and put them in the audio form if I'm feeling up to it, which means I probably won't do it. But
Oh, harumph, good sir. I'm so sorry I offended you.
well, you didn't offend me.
I'm just fucking with you. No. I just didn't want people going looking for it on the website and it's only on YouTube. But that's cool. You're thinking about doing it in the future.
Yeah, maybe. It's probably not going to happen. But if it does, keep an eye out for it. And we will see you tomorrow with the Dark Ride.
Peace.
I say good day.
What?